Great to have you back on 101 Tips for Interviewers and Interrogators. I'm your host, Stan Walters, and this is tip number 15. We're up to tip number 15 of our 101 Tips for Interviewers and Interrogators. The best interview environment for the best analysis is going to be an interview that's conducted face-to-face. Many times we are asked to review cases, and I'm asked to review cases that use just audio or a DVD or a handwritten statement. There's limitations to each one of those. The best is going to be face-to-face. Reason being, number one, you can see the subject, you can hear their behaviors or hear their verbal cues, you can see the nonverbal behaviors. You can also make a spontaneous response. So you've got an ability to follow up. Now, if you're working with a DVD, now I'm at my consulting side, I do a lot of work with DVDs because I can't be present during the interviews. In the case at this point, sometimes it's gone quite a while before or since the interview has occurred or since the crime or the event has occurred that I'm reviewing. The disadvantage of DVD, yeah, I can see it. I can hear the quality of the subject's voice, I can hear the content of their speech, but I'm denied the ability to follow up. We lose that spontaneous reaction. Remember, you're never going to get this setting, this environment back again. You're never going to get your subject in that specific cognitive and emotional state like you had that first time. I've done audio work. Now, the disadvantage for audio, think about it. You can hear the subject, hear the question, hear responses, but I'm missing the nonverbal behavior. And that nonverbal behavior, sometimes there are cues that are contradictions, where the voice and the body, or the voice and the words are one thing, but the body tells you something else. There's also a beautiful display of micro expressions that could be going on that we're going to miss, and we lose that spontaneity. Now, disadvantage of a written statement, we can get some pretty good statements with written statements, but you're missing about 60% of the output. Now, we can get very accurate with the 40% of data that we have, but you're still missing a good bit of other output and communication, non-verbal and voice quality, and in the body language. And once again, you lose spontaneity. Now, the disadvantage of the subject writing the statement is obvious. People don't like to write, and you don't get very much detail out of that. So if you have your options, the very best interview is to do it face-to-face, and make that first one your best one. Assume that it'll be the only one. That was tip number 15. Be sure you come back and subscribe so you get the rest of this series, 101 Tips for Interviewers and Interrogators. Please do me a favor and share this with other folks so they can subscribe and join in on the series. It's not too late. They can go back and catch up. Or if you've dropped in the middle of this, you can catch the other 100 tips that I've already put up on video. Please connect with me, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. Give me your comments below about issues you've had in dealing with recorded statements or DVDs, how you like to take your statements, or sometimes maybe you're required to only take it in one form. For example, only over telephone would be very limiting. Hope to see you again in the next one. We're going to do tip number, well, I can't do it with my fingers, but it's going to be tip number 16. See you then.